Hello and welcome back to another Warhammer 3 live stream. Technically this is the Total War 25th Anniversary Showcase, so big celebration day. Kind of early in the morning for me, but I made sure to get the stream set up for y'all. We are a bit early. We'll be starting in about 20 minutes, hence why I got the timer going right now. But hopefully soon we're going to see some announcements that everyone's going to like. I have a few theories on what it could be. It is, I think Medieval 3, like I said in my previous video, is, again, I think this is a slam dunk for CA to make. I am less sure of Total War 40k, as a lot of people have started to convince me that it might not be a thing, but we do not know. There we go. I didn't even realize the background music wasn't playing. My bad, chat. But yeah, big day for Total War. Again, a little early, but I figured, let everyone try to, actually see the stream, actually what's going on. Because I've done events in the past as soon as it starts, but a lot of people miss them. The ironic thing too, I tried downloading Tide to Torment and it's not out yet. I think it comes out in a couple hours. But Immortal Empires is free to everyone who owns a Total War or Warhammer game now. So if you still have like the first or second one, hop in Immortal Empires if you want to try it out. Very cool. You get access to, all the new updates and mechanics and whatnot. A lot of guesses though. I think Empire 2 would be fine. I don't think they would, if they're gonna make another gunpowder game, they'd call it Napoleon. A Total War game, not Total, yeah, a World War game is what I meant to say, would be pretty interesting. I know a while back we had gotten from like, yeah, we had got like, I don't know, it was like supposed leaks, but it's all very, just like every leak. It could be true and it could be very wrong. I'm thinking that this showcase is only going to be like an hour long too. Because usually I think, I don't know, they might like pad it out with like some like behind the scenes stuff. But definitely they have like a video prepared to be like the whole like, every Total War game is like included. The big anniversary. It can be kind of weird. Watch them leave out Three Kingdoms. I knew a bunch of people were upset when they like, I guess didn't do the stream for it or something like that. I did not follow those streams. Big day though. If it's Lego Total War, I don't know if I'll be like upset or excited, because it'd be cool, like I understand, but like I don't know, if that's the fantasy title, wow, they're really stretching the word fantasy. I think like the worst thing we could get is like Age of Sigmar. That would be bad. We get like what is it, like Medieval 3. I feel like that'd be fine. Like if we get Medieval 3, the fantasy title could honestly be like whatever and people would be happy. I do think they're gonna show the trailer for the end times, and then the DLC is not gonna come out for like at least 6 months. Do let me know how if anything is like, my volume's bad, I mean. I have not streamed in a second. We've been a little busy here at Ghost Corp. But I checked last night. I think we're sounding fine. Made sure. So we got 15 minutes till the big celebration. I did freak out earlier because I had, you know, postponed it to 10:40, and then a timer started at like 10:30, and I'm like, wait, is it starting early? I panicked. I did not have the stream ready by then. But yeah, also thank you guys for subscribing and liking. You guys have been killing the videos. I've been trying to do more. Once I do the live stream for the High Elves, it's gonna be a 3-parter, so no longer am I just gonna do like one at a time. We'll do 3. I don't know exactly if I'm gonna do the part 2 tomorrow, but if I do, you'll see it. It will just, you know, be posted anyway. But no matter what, if it's not tomorrow, it'll be the next day. And then after that, I really want to work on a gameplay video. Kind of figured it out. I got a script going. I feel like it'd be fun. And then I feel like it would be cool. I'm gonna start letting you guys decide what I play and what I do next. And when I mean, like, you know, whatever live stream, whatever campaign I live stream, and like, you know, any gameplay videos or ideas you guys want to see. Kind of excited for it though. I do love talking about this game, but I would like to play it here and there, you know. We got a lot of different ideas in the chat though. I saw someone say Total War Black Ops 3, and I don't know why I thought that was so funny. I'd be fine with that. I'd be the one person to be like, you know what, that's kind of cool. It's gotta be Medieval 3 though, because I've been thinking about it for a while now, and I am not a long-time player. I have actually only played a little bit of Three Kingdoms, so my extent of knowledge of those games is very small. But a lot of people did point out it would bring back a lot of the old and newer fans, so that'd be good. If it is like Total War Star Wars though, I saw that. I figured a lot of people probably wouldn't like that maybe, because they would rather just have 40k if they're gonna do like that. Because, you know, if they can do Star Wars, they could do 40k, 100%. Like, yeah, 40k is a little more complicated, but if you're gonna have like a little cover system, I am shocked there isn't a mod for that already. I would say what's so cool about Total War Warhammer is that just the mod scene alone is really cool. And what's nice too is when I read the patch notes, a lot of them will always bring up, you know, like for example, all the new units, they literally listed off all the modders who had already modded that unit in the game, like the Dreadmaw and whatnot. So I think that's nice. I think games need to acknowledge the modders a little bit more. I thought when I would stare at this timer it'd go by fast, but it feels so slow. I feel like we're watching this timer in slow motion. You know, it'd be a great April Fool's. They just don't announce anything. They're just like, you know what, guys? Isn't it cool? It's the 25th year, and they just like end it. I don't think they would do that, but what's the funniest CA could really do? As much as I think Three Kingdoms 2 would be pretty cool, I don't think it's gonna be a thing anytime soon. I did like Three Kingdoms. I'm trying to actually like get into the game, but it is very different from Warhammer. And as someone who's like not played at all the historical games, I don't know. I don't know if it's more complicated or less complicated because I've only given it like a day. But maybe I'll do like a live stream and have chat guide me on how to play. But I played on the, I forget what it's called, but it's because there's 2 modes. There's like the normal historical and I think like the kind of fantasy version of Three Kingdoms. But I played that version because I heard it was closer to Warhammer. It was a fun game though, definitely very different. One thing though I think would be nice about the next Total War game is that it's just a little bit different. And when I mean a bit different from like Warhammers, I mean like just the way like the campaign goes and like you build like all your buildings and settlements. I feel like we've messed with the same ones for 10 years now. We gotta mix it up. I heard a lot of good ideas from you guys for Medieval 3 though, and kind of how the older games worked and like population mattered a lot more. We got 10 minutes left, chat. Dude, that's been a long 5 minutes. I feel like I've been talking for half an hour. A lot of funny ideas though in the chat on the side. When I was starting the stream, I'm like, oh, let's have the timer on. And then I saw the chat, I'm like, okay, this will kind of be funny to look at. Total War Middle-earth, I definitely think has a higher chance than some others. Not like the highest chance of being out, but I feel like it'd be a game that's possible and wouldn't upset too many feathers. And again, another commenter had said that it's a good bridge between historical and fantasy, and I think that's actually great because that's what Total War either needs. Like, either give all the fantasy fans 40K, give all historical fans Medieval 3, then it's fine, and Warhammer will still have its DLC and whatnot. But like, if they don't do that, it like, I don't know. That's why I think like if it wasn't like Medieval 3 and somehow like a game none of the historical fans wanted, or even like I said, same way with the fantasy title, I feel like it'd be pretty neat that if we had like a Lord of the Rings or Middle Earth kind of thing. But again, I'm no game developer. I just got into Total War 2 a couple years ago. Decided to make a little YouTube out of it. I am excited though, because as someone who hasn't played like any of the historical besides like a little bit of Three Kingdoms, I'm excited to see what it is, because I'm like, oh, because you know I'm gonna try it out, of course. And the fantasy title, I don't think will be coming out very soon. Like, I think whatever historical is, we're gonna get that like next year sometime, or they can do something crazy and be like, it's gonna be out in 2 weeks. I don't, with CA's track record, I don't think they're doing that, but you never know. A lot of ideas though. I definitely think we're gonna get like a 10-15 minute video in the beginning of like celebrating Total War itself, and then like going through each title and like a little behind the scenes of the development. I'm only really basing this off of the blog post we'd got to announce this initially. So it definitely seems like they want to celebrate the Total War as a whole, which I think is nice. I'm shocked that they've never had something like this, considering it's a 25-year-old franchise. Seven more minutes. It's an agony, chat. There's 12K watching the official stream. That's pretty good, though. Say it's not even started yet. Because I don't see, you know, a lot of big Total War streamers. So I'm always curious how many Total War fans we can really get in a stream. I do hope that like the DLC for Nagash or whatever it is will not be the last big DLC. I am a little sad that it wasn't Dogs of War. I had made my theory video, and then literally like 8 hours later they had posted the teaser, and I was like, damn. I was close. I still feel like Dogs of War could happen. If I'll tell you this, if Nagash is like his own little sub faction, like, you know, has his own little tab, then yeah, I think that would confirm that we're gonna get more. And I only say that because they would have to, like, you know, expand the little faction selection screen. So there's a chance. And I feel like my biggest argument for it is that because, you know, I'm not a tabletop guy. Again, I just got into this game a couple years ago, but I looked at some of the tabletop models and they look great. I think it would be such a fun DLC. And again, if Chaos gets to share DLC between all their factions, why can't the Order? That's why I feel like, that's why I always said it. You know, it's an End Times DLC. We're gonna be getting an Order faction, some type of Order faction, and I definitely think it's gonna be Empire. But there's a chance maybe they do some like crossover units. But like again, I don't know the lore or much about the tabletop, so it's kind of just me guessing out there from what I've seen here and there. It is cool to see you guys always drop the lore bits down in the comments. I think that's neat. Because it's cool to have a discussion about those all these years later after the official franchise, you know, Warhammer Fantasy kind of died from the end times before. Hence why I understand everyone's nervousness of the new DLC. But hey, we're under 5 minutes now. We're getting close. I agree with that guy. Anything but Age of Sigmar. I don't feel like they would do that, but that'd be like the bad timeline. Here's the End of Times DLC, and here's Age of Sigmar. It would just be like a complete repeat of the past. I think I'm gonna tell you this. I wanna predict how this is gonna go. So I already said we're gonna get like a little video in the beginning, a big old celebration. I think we're gonna see the teaser or kind of mostly a full trailer for the End Times DLC. They're gonna, you know, finish it like they did Tides of Torment trailer, kind of add more to it later on. And then we're gonna see. I don't know. I have a feeling like if it's 40K, they're gonna save that for last. But if it's like not 40K, I feel like they would show that off, and then Medieval 3 be like last. Be like, look, we did the thing everybody wants us to do. So that's my guess. I also think it's going to be an hour long, because they don't do these things very long. So close, guys. 3 minutes now. Man, I am excited, chat. Because like I said, I've never really been like around for these Total War events besides like the Warhammer Skull event. I feel like that's the only one I did. That was actually my first stream, actually. I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm winging it pretty good. Victorian era could be neat, but then again, like, wouldn't they just make an, I don't know. I think they're gonna, like, if it's a historical game, they're gonna make a sequel, because it's like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, what can make them the most money the easiest way? Just make another historical game that people actually want. Like, I hear good things about Pharaoh, but like the player count does not reflect. I keep hitting my desk. I'm just so excited, chat. We're literally about to be a minute away. I will go full screen. And you know, if it's like too hype or if I'm too loud, please let me know in the chat, cuz I think I sound fine, but if I'm too loud or it's too, or the, you know, the trailers itself is too loud, just let me know. I don't want to blow out anyone's eardrums so early in the morning. And yes, this is early in the morning for me. Oh, and before it starts, I will be doing a stream later today of Sea Lord Aslan, so tune into that. But yeah, we are literally about to be 30 seconds away. I've been rambling for 15 minutes that felt like an hour. Can't believe we're about to see it. So, like I said, it's going to be Medieval 3, and I hate to say it, but it's got to be 40k. If it's not 40k, I would understand, because even I'm unsure what the fantasy title could be. We're getting close. We'll go full screen now, chat. We will get chat out of the way. Oh shit. They're starting with a trailer? Oh wait, no. That was the rating. That was the rating. And action.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Total War Anniversary Showcase.
I called it. They're gonna show off all the Total War stuff in the beginning. Hey, that was Napoleon. See, that was Three Kingdoms. I know some of my Total War games. Guys,
Steve
this
Coleman,
is so cool.
Senior Community Manager across the Total War franchise. On behalf of everyone at Creative Assembly, we're thrilled to be here with you today to celebrate one truly monumental milestone, the 25th anniversary of this iconic
The big
strategy
2-5.
franchise. Throughout this year, we've been celebrating the legacy of Total War by shining a spotlight on each of the games that we've
I'll give you a
released
hint,
since the
guys.
year
I
2000.
wasn't even
But
alive.
today, we look forward
Like
to
25
the
years
future
ago.
and the exciting next generation for the franchise. This showcase is your front row seat to everything we've been eagerly building behind the scenes. Across fantasy and historical Total War, we're working on a range of projects that span different eras,
trying to please
styles,
everybody,
and stages of development. And now, we finally get to share them with you. Whether it's long-awaited updates, bold new ideas, or glimpses into the future of Total War, there's something here for every kind of strategist. So without further ado, let's jump into things with a quick message from a true veteran of the studio. Someone who's had a part to play in almost every Total War game.
Thanks, Steve. I first walked through the doors of Creative Assembly in November 1999, hoping to land
I knew
my
it.
next
I told you
role
guys
at
they're gonna go through the history,
Little did
and
I
they're
know,
gonna show everything off at
during
the
my
end.
interview, I would be shown an early glimpse of Shogun Total War.
Yes, I knew
Over
it.
25 years later, you've conquered history's most pivotal eras, witnessing the fall of Rome, surviving the turbulence of the Middle Ages, and establishing empires at the dawn of the modern world. You've also crossed dimensions into one of fantasy's most iconic settings.
Would you guys hate me if I
conquering
put
the
on
vast
captions?
Warhammer world with legendary warriors and conflicts that defy reality. Thanks to your support, we get to continue pushing the boundaries
Nah,
of what Total
we won't
War
put
is
on
capable
captions.
of. So whether you're a fan of our history or fantasy titles, throughout it all, our aim is and has forever remained the same, ensuring everyone playing our games is excited to take one more turn. Now, what
I know
better
it, they're gonna
place
show the
to
end
begin
times first.
celebrations than with an early look at what's to come.
Because whatever's
Total
last is
War
the big. Yes,
Warhammer.
I knew it.
This isn't just another update. It's the end of the world.
Yep, end of the
He's
world.
back. And this time, he's more determined than ever.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Warhammer was easily one of my favorite pastimes.
Hey, it's this guy. He's
I
in
fondly
most of the
remember buying
videos.
countless copies of White Dwarf, reading the battle reports within, and dreaming of what I might buy from the mailer at the back of each magazine. Like me, many of
I'm
my
turning on the
teammates at
captions. I'm
Creative
sorry,
Assembly
guys.
share the same deep love for Warhammer and the hobby that surrounds it. And nearly 10 years into developing content,
It's
for
the
this
British. I
incredible
can barely
series,
understand what they're saying.
Excitement is as strong as ever. Each new character, faction or creature we work on brings fresh energy.
I'll
to the
turn it
team.
off
The
if enough
diversity
people
of the lore
don't
ensures
like
that
it.
every faction is distinct in its design, filled with rich stories and larger-than-life personalities. It's that variety and depth that keeps the project exciting for us, and it continues
You know what's
to be an
funny? It doesn't
amazing
even
world to
matter. My
bring to
mic's in the
life.
way. I can't see
When we
it.
first set out to develop this series, our aim was to do something that no other Warhammer game had done before, to create a definitive strategy game experience that spanned the four corners of this amazing fantasy world, with the aim of including as much of Games Workshop's iconic lore, characters, creatures.
I did tell you
and events
guys
as
it's
possible.
gonna be end times. Then they're gonna
It's
show
certainly
off
been
the
a journey of a
historical,
lifetime
and then
for
they're
us,
gonna show
one
off
that we've loved
40k
sharing with
if
you,
it's
and hearing
40k
your
last.
experiences
If it's
of
not
forging
40k, they're
empires,
gonna show off Medieval 3
felling
last.
enemies, and venturing to the darkest corners of the Warhammer world. But we aren't ready for it to end just yet. Next year, we need you to join the forces.
I know, it was
of Order,
echoing, that was
Council,
my
or the
bad.
Undead for a war that will determine the fate of this world.
Oh, here's the trailer. Oh my god, here it is.
The great work.
No way. Oh my, oh. I'm so hyped.
You will come to me.
Oh. Is it gonna be a vampire DLC? No, not the Dawi.
Come to me and witness my
Oh, Vampire Coast, yes! They're gonna include the Vampire Coast in something. Let's go. Hey, Neferata! I don't know who this guy is, but that guy looked really cool. No way, what is this? Why are they showing us? Whoa, what is that? What is that? Cetra, fight back.
Citra does not serve. Citra rules.
Whoa. Dude, Cetra looks, not Cetra, Nagash looks so cool. Wait, did they just destroy Cetra? Oh no. Whoa. Did I think, is it just the Nagash DLC? Or is it just an Undead DLC like I predicted? Lords of the End Times. What? What? Cetra. Is he gonna come back? Is that it? No.
Right. Nagash has arisen, and he's bringing
Dude,
the
you guys are gonna have to
apocalypse
let me know what was all
with
in
him. He
that.
and his
I have no
undead
idea, but it
legions
looked
are
really cool.
finally invading
I saw some of the
Total War
tabletop
Warhammer
models.
in summer 2026 with the Lords of the End Times
No
back.
way.
And he's not coming alone either. 3 other
Okay, I gotta turn
iconic
on
legendary
captions again.
lords from the End Times will be joining the fight, along with terrifying new units,
Along with-
devastating mechanics, and lore-inspired objectives. And yes, we've got a brand new free legendary
It's gonna be
lord for
Neferata.
everyone to enjoy.
That's what it is.
For
She's
those
gonna be
who
free.
don't know, the End Times is basically the Warhammer Apocalypse. and
Please
it's the
say
ultimate
we're gonna
battle
keep
between
continuing the
forces of
game.
Good and evil.
Give us
During
give
this
us
event,
some good
Archeon,
characters
the
in this,
Ever-Chosen,
please.
leads the forces
Some
of
order.
chaos in
Order
the final
tide.
assault to destroy the world. But as the
Guys,
forces
I'm
of
so
destruction
excited.
rise,
I knew they
legendary
would start
heroes
off with
and
this.
factions from across
I'm
the
so
world
hyped.
form
This
uneasy
is awesome.
alliances to resist annihilation. And as we announced earlier this year, Warhammer 1 and 2 owners
Yes!
can also join in on the
Oh,
action.
I thought that
as
meant
Warhammer
they were
Empires
gonna
is now
do,
accessible to all players who own one of the games
order
from
characters.
the trilogy. We're incredibly excited for our players to experience this content as we celebrate an amazing 10 years of working on this game.
It's
Whether
because it's
you're
the
a
10th
veteran
year
or
of
returning after
Warhammer
time
3.
away,
I
there's
did not
never
expect
been
them to
a
do
better
it this
moment
early. I
to
thought it'd
dive
been
in.
like, you know, the second
This isn't just
DLC.
another update. It's the end of the world.
It's the end of the world. No, they'll hang it off like that.
Nagash
Oh, there we
isn't
go.
just a villain.
Oh, they're gonna tell us who he
He's
is.
the king
Sick.
of the undead. This is the ancient evil who turned Nehekara into a lifeless desert to claim dominion over the dead. His first attempt to extend that desert to the entire world failed, but he's back. And this time, he's more determined than ever.
He's more
To bring that
determined than
presence to
ever.
life,
I don't think
we
I have ever
focused on
seen
making
this
him
lady
feel
in a
truly
video.
imposing,
I saw
As
like
the
she was in the
greatest of
teaser
all
yesterday. I was like,
necromancers
I'm
and
like, I've
wizards,
seen them all.
He's a figure above politics and
Dude, he
mortal
looks so
concerns.
good.
He does not
So
need
clearly
to
we have
motivate
Neferata
anyone.
and like some
He
new
simply
units from the
states
tabletop.
what will happen. His goal from the beginning is clear: to turn the world into a land of the dead. His undead corruption spreads relentlessly
Oh.
as he claims lost
Oh,
power,
we get pre-alpha
seizing the Black
footage.
Pyramid,
What was that?
gathering his scattered books, and raising armies that stir
Oh,
simply
look, they're gonna
from
update
his
the books in
presence.
Nagash again.
And he doesn't come alone. Nagash can summon
So
his
he summoned his
mortars by
monarchs.
luring them from
So I was
other
Krell
factions.
there.
Arkhan the Black, for example, who abandons his Tomb King ties to ride a Dread Abyssal
Ooh,
and flood
I did
the
not expect
world
them to show
in
all this.
deadly witchlight. Nagash's arrival brings not only doom, but a unique undead roster that draws from both the vampire
Let's
counts
go
and
from
Tomb Kings,
and
uniting
Vampire
ancient
Coast.
death
Okay, he didn't say
and
Vampire Coast,
vampiric
but I assume
horror
Vampire
under
Coast.
one banner. From the crypts and catacombs rise ancient figures like Wallach Harkon, the ruthless Blood Knight whose blade has tasted the blood of kings. He
So
is
this
joined by
is
Tomb Heralds,
new.
the
Oh, we get
internal
Tomb King
guardians
units?
of Nehekaran royalty,
No
and the
way.
towering Morghast Archai,
Whoa,
created
I've
by
seen these
Nagash's
things. These
own
look
hand
awesome.
to hunt the
I forget their
souls
name.
of the Defiant. And
Guys,
then
this
there
looks
is
so
the
cool.
Khemric Titan,
And the
a colossal
Chimeric Titan.
Vulcan
People have been
struct
asking for
that
this
stomps
forever.
and flies across the battlefield
Tomb King, stay
like a
winning.
walking apocalypse. With all this in mind, Nagash's goal remains unchanged. He seeks to reclaim enough power to choke the life from the world itself, binding all undead to his will in a single, world-ending ritual, as is his
And
grand
you
design.
gotta stop his ritual.
Bringing the end times to Total War Warhammer meant more than adding new content.
They're adding a
It
lot.
meant
They were
reshaping
talking
the
about this
very
a lot more than I
fabric
thought they
of the
would.
campaign map to reflect the devastation unleashed by a host
I
of
thought it'd be like, here you go,
apocalyptic
guys, and then they just dip.
Depending on their
And
choices,
then they're moving
players
on to
will
whatever's
witness
next.
the Warhammer world transformed.
Witnessed? Are
Lush
you gonna
meadows
add the
now
map?
drawn in molten rivers from
What?
volcanic eruptions.
It's gonna literally
Earthquakes
change the
split
world?
the land into colossal fissures, rendering
Colossal
cities into
fissures?
ruins beyond repair. Craters from
Beyond
warped
repair, meteors scar the
and
terrain?
entire continents may be left
Whoa!
barren.
Continents may be left
The campaign map has
barren?
never felt
And a
so
campaign map is
apocalyptic and alive, and we're
whoa.
thrilled for
That's
players to
actually
shape their own
insane,
vision of
guys.
it. Of course, such devastation means new battlefields. Our team has crafted epic new maps to reflect the chaos. Players can
This
expect
alone
battles
needs
fought
a
within
video,
the
dude.
sunken ground of an earthquake
So this
fissure,
is
with
just
lava
like the
pouring
end
from all
times. Oh
sides,
no, we actually
fighting at
might
the
not
very
be getting more
edge of an
DLC
erupting
after this.
volcano, or in giant craters
That looks
created
super
from
cool though.
warpstone meteor
That's
showers.
insane.
It's nothing short of the monumental destruction only the end times could bring. We've really tried
This
to make
might
these
explain
key
why
moments in
Tides
the
of
war
Torment
as
kept getting
immersive
delayed. They were
playthrough as
trying to work
possible.
on this at the
One of the
same
most haunting
time.
new settlement locations
That
is
would make a lot
Nagash's
more
Ark,
sense
the
now.
dread fortress of Nagash himself. With its towering necromantic architecture,
Whoa.
glowing skulls, and eerie green witchlight,
No way is
it's a
that gonna be a
place
real
where
map.
death reigns eternal. The environment team have poured their passion into crafting a map that feels otherworldly. So let's take a brief look at it in action.
Dude, I am actually insanely hyped. No, not my dinos. Yeah, this has to be a whole video. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make all this stream in one video. Nope, it's all gonna be its own thing.
Chaos claim it.
Wow, that's actually crazy. This is what Chaos Corruption wanted to be. No way, guys. I will delay the stream as long as I need to get a video about this out. It won't take me that long. But this is insane. I did not expect this. Is this why they want to expand the map? Like, we worked so hard to destroy it. We don't want to put more into it. Wow. The entire map. My gosh, looks so cool. Lords of the End Times. So this is, I think, just an Undead DLC, like I said it was going to be. Well, it was one of the choices.
Hello there. I'm Lore Master of Sotek. You may be familiar with me from
Lore Master
Twitch and
Sotek?
YouTube channel and other stuff where I talk about and focus
Why is he
on
there?
Warhammer Fantasy, lore,
Huh?
literature, and some other things. And today I'm going to
Huh?
be serving you as the herald of the end times.
This is the
on
YouTuber
our
we
own,
chose?
because
What
I'm
I
joined
don't
by
know.
Rich,
Maybe he's the only
Victor,
one that,
and
like,
Todor,
you know,
who
show his
you are likely
face.
familiar with at this point. And today
Because
we're
I was
gonna be
like,
chatting
isn't there
about
like bigger
the lords
Warhammer
of the
YouTubers?
end times.
That I saw him, I'm like,
So,
what?
to start us off, is this
And he's
really
wearing a
the
gas
end
shirt too.
for Total War Warhammer? Like, is this the final thing, which a lot of people have feared is going to be the case?
No, absolutely not. This is just a moment in the Warhammer lifetime, and there's going to be more content still to come after this, I'm pleased to say.
Excellent. That is what I very much
Hey,
like to
that's
hear.
good. He said there's more to come.
So, getting into
That's
the
all
actual
we need to
content
hear.
itself,
Dude,
what
you know people are gonna be
is the
asking
end
him
times gonna be
everything
bringing to
after
the game
this.
That's going to change our experiences. For people that are familiar with Immortal Empires and have played hundreds of campaigns, what is
So
the end
Nagash,
time
I'm gonna
specifically
assume
gonna
right
be
now
doing
they're gonna
to
talk about he can
shake up the
actually destroy the
experience?
map. Like the map
So,
can just be
first of all,
gone.
we're bringing a set of characters. One of them we'll discuss a bit later here. And there is another significant update
there's another
that comes
significant
to the
update.
Immortal Empires that aims to bring the end times to your
Yep.
campaign while respecting the rules of the sandbox.
It's gonna be more
what
in-game
we
scenarios.
want to try and achieve is make the later stages of your campaign more interesting, like keep the choices impactful, keep the stakes high, and we're doing that by introducing end-time scenarios.
Yep, end time
which
scenarios.
you might
People have
think
been
are
asking
a bit
those
like
forever.
The current existing crisis,
Archeon has to be
but
part of
they
it.
are different from them in various ways. Like, for example, an end time scenario comes in
Phases is cool.
So there will be a build-up, there will be a phase of
This,
actions.
I
and
think,
at
is
the end,
why
there is
Tides of
a
Torment took so
culmination
long.
battle. Well, the
Because
entire
they're trying to
scenario
make this
is resolved,
DLC not take as
and
long,
you
so they just
might
split
be
the
able to
work.
overcome the challenge, the end time.
'Cause they just
You
showed
might be
us a
able to
bunch.
survive, or you might
Usually
fail,
they
you
don't
might
even
have
like
to
give
live
us
with the
anything like that
consequences,
when
or
they even tell us about a
not live
DLC at all.
An example of such a end-time scenario is related to the most powerful necromancer in the world, who at some point might suddenly decide that he wants to exert his will over everything that has died. But to do that, he needs to make everyone dead. So this is something that you need to face and overcome. In addition to that, there are some significant changes while the end time scenario takes place to the visuals of the campaign and in battle. And
I
also
think the
to
fact they
audio,
did
so
the
you have
campaign
all
and
this
no,
different
even audio,
atmosphere
so that's
related
really cool.
to
I like that they're
Nagash
literally
or
changing the whole
perhaps
world
Archeon.
when this starts happening.
Speaking of that particular big man
Oh,
himself,
yep.
while today we are going to be celebrating quite a bit and giving the great necromancer his due, as he always deserves, ultimately he's kind of interrupting someone else's party, which
I
is
literally
the
said that, I'm
one
like,
that
what about
kicks off
Archeon?
the end times and ends up ending it. Archeon himself, is there going to be anything new, anything exciting that fans of Archeon can be looking forward to with the end times?
I must admit, while I admire Nagash, Archeon is truly the closest one to my heart, and I love playing campaigns with him and uniting the forces of chaos and raining destruction upon the hapless rest of the world. So we are doing new things for Archeon. One of those is we're trying to refresh his entire experience.
I
by
feel like they're being very
introducing a narrative
vague
feature
on
that
purpose.
aims to put the
Because I'm
player
like, are they gonna
into
actually
the
explain what he
shoes
does?
and boots and mount of the 13th ever chosen. So this will be the story of how you, as Archeon, in your campaign, you bring about the end times. And in addition to that, we really want to update the visuals of Archeon's model.
Hey,
that
there we
he's,
go. They're gonna
you know,
update his model.
He receives the proper visual quality.
This is
that
not the first time
13th
they've
ever
done it.
chosen deserves.
Well, it's excellent to know that Archeon's dressing up for the occasion. He needs to. It's technically.
I do
it's his
wonder, because
affair. He
again,
needs
I'm
to
not a big
look the
lore
part,
guy,
so that's
so
great.
I wonder what he'll look like
But
afterwards.
Ultimately, we're not really here to talk.
By
about
the way,
him. As
I
much
should
as
say
we all
this
love him,
now:
he's a
the
bit old
devotees
news.
of
We're
Slaanesh
here
are getting a new
for the
look.
big man, the
Not
big, great
today,
necromancer
but like
himself,
sometime
the
this week or
father
next
of all
week.
of our favorite undead. What is Nagash gonna
Okay, here's
be
what I wanna
doing
hear.
for
Yeah, we
Total
wanna hear
War?
about
What is-
Nagash.
Oh my goodness, what is he going to be bringing to the game? Clearly, a lot of teal and destruction and death from the looks of things.
Nagash is the supreme lord of undead, and he would be the ultimate necromancer in our game. He's all about power, dark, forbidden, lost and reclaimed. power to end the world. In battle, he will also be able to command a vast roster of different undead units from the currently existing ones and some new ones specifically unique to him.
That's what
And
I
in the
figured.
campaign
He would
mode,
have units
he will
specifically to him. Oh
spread
my bad, I hit the table again.
death across the
But
land,
Tomb
'cause he's
Kings are
not
gonna have
interested
like,
in
you know,
conquest.
access to the
He
like
wants
the
to
big
reshape
beetle
the
thing they
world
showed.
in
I
his
forgot the
image,
name.
making it a lifeless desert. This is his ambition to
Where are they gonna
rule
put
over
him?
everything.
Are they gonna put
because
him
this
where
way
we all
they're
think he's gonna be,
obedient
like in
and
the
should serve
mountains,
them to
kind of
him. And we
near
want to give this power
all the other
fantasy
Tomb
to
Kings?
player.
Well,
It's
like in
not
between the
that
Chaos
you are the
Dwarves
hero
and
in
Tomb
this
Kings?
case, you are the end, and this is the power fantasy drenched in the dark tone of Warhammer.
We'll turn off
playing
captions.
with Nagash, you will be having these mechanics that
I
allow
moved
you
I
to
moved my mic out of the
construct
way.
necropolises over where vibrant jungles used to be, and the change is permanent there. So this is how we imagine Nagash to be.
Permanent? Oh, okay.
Well, if you defeat the faction like in totality, you'll be able to revert some of that.
Sounds pretty difficult to get rid of, but such is the power of Nagash. But as a powerful
Yeah,
wizard,
you'd expect
is there
Nagash
gonna
to be really
anything
strong.
special magic-wise, like maybe something new?
Yes, he comes with his own spell lore, inspired by the tabletop.
Hey, new
and
spell
there'll
lore.
be
We love
spells
those.
that are all unique to him, and we'll be making them in a way that plays in the spirit of Total War. So not a direct translation, but inspired and certainly the flavor of the tabletop.
So we hear a lot from beloved and very trustworthy naysayer Manfred von Karstein that Nagash is weak. He's been saying that for years at this point. What is Nagash going to be bringing to the game that sets him apart from our
He's
other
gonna be able
undead,
to
our
use
vampire
every
cows, Tomb
undead
Kings,
unit?
etc.?
I can give you one thing. He's going to be bringing all of that good stuff that you just mentioned together. So he's going to be in command of the Vampire Counts, the Vampire Coast, and the Tomb Kings. He is the proper puppet master of them all, which I think is going to be a lovely, nod back to what we all enjoyed in Warhammer in the past, having control of all of this undeath. He's also then, as we were talking about before, having that corruption element, where once he's seeded himself into this world, he's going to kill everything off, and nothing's going to be able to come back from it. So he's
Well, at
gonna
least
be
it's good.
super excited.
They're just gonna let Nagash
That
be really
is
strong.
Pretty exciting, but while Nagash, he always stands above the great god of death, he does have to delegate to somebody. Is there any other kind of features or minions or anyone what is he going to be relying upon to bring the world to ultimate silence?
So, first of all, it's important to say that unlike other undead factions that are comprised of different characters,
Okay, I'm
with
turning on-
different complicated relations.
I'm turning on captions. We'll
Nagash's
turn the
faction
captions off when
is
there's a
Nagash.
trailer.
His race is Nagash.
Makes it so much
Everything
easier to
revolves
understand
around
and
Nagash
read
and
other
his
things.
will and his ultimate ambition to dominate over a dead world. In order to achieve that, he relies on his corruption. He relies over
so
all
basically-
the variety of undead units that he has under his command. He
Nagash's
also relies on the
Nagash's
presence of
corruption
the
is
Black
what
Pyramid.
Chaos Corruption wish it
Both on
was.
the campaign and in battle, you will witness and you will command the Black Pyramid around the world.
Dude,
And in
I saw the Black
addition to
Pyramid
that,
move. I
he
think that's gonna be
has
really cool.
also,
So he might just
relies
be
and
I
demands
don't know.
the
I'll assume
support
it'll
of
work
his
like a Black
warlocks,
Arc. They like using those now.
who are these special
I'd be cool with that,
characters
but it'd be
that
like one
are,
really strong
obedient
one.
to him and serve his will. And in the game, we're representing, I believe, all of them, Victor?
All 9 of them, the ones that were present in the End Times books.
So the canon ones, very fun.
The canon ones, so you can expect that when you play Nagash, they'll be doing their own things that are currently in Total War, those of them that are already there. And in time, when you grow strong enough, you'll be able to exert your will and call them to you. You'll be
Okay,
able to
I'll
choose in
turn
what
off the
fits you, in
captions.
what
I
order you-
understand. No
some
one
of
likes
them-
the
Some will be
captions.
easier, some will be harder to dominate, and you'll be able to make them stronger in the process. Like when they become his lieutenants, they don't do it out of pure adoration. Some of them do, like Arkan, but others are just tempted by power. So when they become Mortarks, they will receive new abilities, some stat boosts. Some of them get
He has
special
Thrones of
mounts, like
Britannia
Red
on his
Abyssals
back
that
of his
will allow
shirt.
them to ride
We're gonna get
battle.
another one of those games?
And,
Is that the
they'll
tease?
also, like, when they join you, they'll be like bringing their lens with you, so to speak, but you'll be draining them of life in the way Nagash does with everything. So,
coming with a proper upgrade for those Mortarks, which is very exciting, and probably some goodies I mentioned the other undead will be looking to as well, when it makes sense.
Absolutely, we can expect that all these new toys that we are adding, where,
Okay, I'm putting on the
where appropriate,
captions.
will be receiving other factions like vampire counts will be receiving.
I keep turning them on and off because I'm
That's
like,
all
dude,
really exciting.
half the time I
can't
don't
wait to
understand
just
what that one
collect
guy is
The
saying.
full set of them. For those of us that have that kind of completionist itch, there's something very nice about having that full little grouping under Nagash's claw. But speaking of other just exciting things that are going to be happening,
I'll
with the
turn them
end
off
times
when they do
and/or Nagash,
trailers.
what would you say for you personally is going to be the most exciting thing that's coming with all of this exciting new DLC?
Okay, this is
content?
what I wanted to
The
hear.
one itch
Tell
I've
me
been
what
waiting
we're
to
getting
scratch
out
is
of
to
it.
get the
I
Realm
understand
Realm
Nagash is really cool.
Battlefields actually into Immortal Empires. As you know, they don't feature within that map at the moment. So this is a new way in which we want you to experience those larger-than-life, colourful battlefields that the Realms of Chaos each have. And there'll be ways for you to transport yourself to those battlefields, to have those epic battles with the adversaries and the demons and the like, and have a lot of fun there and bring much more life and
So
flair
they're
to
basically
Immortal Empires.
giving a
So
big
having
campaign to
those
Immortal
maps where we're
Empires.
fighting in the realm of Slanesh and
Yeah.
Nurgle and all
If I had to
those
pick over
horrible but
Vortex or
so beloved
Empires,
dark
yeah, I'm
gods.
gonna pick
Exactly
Immortal
that.
Empires.
Well, just to build up a bit on that, like for me as a player, like some of the best Battlefield.
This might be a
maps is
longer
in
live stream than I
Realm
thought
of
it was
Chaos,
gonna be.
and now
I said, oh,
Immortal
it's gonna be an
Empires can
hour,
become
but they were
the
talking
definitive
a
way to
lot
experience Total
longer
War
than I thought
Warhammer
they would
and
about
canon
one
missing
DLC.
content also. I'm glad we're adding them in. For me personally, the big thing with this DLC is cataclysmic events, or what we internally call devastation, which you can see.
Oh, is that why Illustria? and
I will
everything is
assume a lot of
burning and on
this
fire horribly?
you can just turn off.
We wanted
So
to-
you don't have to worry about the
show
whole map being
change in the
destroyed in
world
your
a visual way
first
that
time
is more
trying to play the
dramatic than
game.
what we currently can do with just corruption. You know, corruption changes a bit of the environment, but not to this extent. So with 10 times scenario.
Oh,
to-
so they're updating corruption.
for
That's good.
really truly epic, apocalyptic things to happen, like volcanoes erupting, fissures opening up, like bottomless chasms, and meteors falling down, splintered from the Chaos Moon. And we would like that to change the campaign map rather permanently.
I think that's
to
really
provide different
interesting.
gameplay
Just
there once,
permanently wiping away the
once
map.
That change
Like-
happens. For certain, it would be triggered in some cases by
They
the
could have
game.
just
In
done
some
like the
instances,
settlements
yeah,
like
factions will
not
be able
being
to
there,
wield it like a
but
super
like the
weapon.
fact the whole
In
map
some cases, the
changes and
player
it literally
themselves
looks
will be
like
able
if
to
the
use them,
land is
but,
destroyed, I
like,
think that's
There'll
great.
be examples in the lore we would like to really show visually, and also with music. We are writing bespoke music for those events. Like when a certain endgame scenario happens, you as a player will know you're in this moment that things are changing. Like the visuals of the campaign map will change, the mood there, the music, and just the color palette and the special
Dude,
effects.
the
around
fact the
campaign map will
music
be
changes, I think it's
different.
great. I'm
And
big on that.
Also, in the battle maps, there'll be different skyboxes, like when the Chaos Moon sleeve is hanging low, close to the world, you'll be able to see that on battle maps.
Oh, you're gonna
And
see
all
some like
these
evil
new
moon.
images and visuals. We hope to really show the end times.
Yeah, we got lava and wildfires and craters and pits.
Do you
and
think we're gonna
so
get
this
a
will be
release
affecting
date?
actual It's not just cosmetic.
Thinking about
this will be
that. I don't know if
affecting
we're gonna get a
actual
release
gameplay on the
date.
campaign and
Yes. On
stuff.
the campaign map, the provinces will work in a different way after a cataclysmic event has happened to them, and there will be also different battle maps.
I'm okay with that, but our jungles.
Realms of Chaos battlefields and Devastation is cool. I really admire them. What I'm most excited about personally is the narrative chains that we're preparing for the new lords we're introducing. And also
Ooh, new
some of the existing
lords.
To be perfectly frank.
And ones that are already
And
existing. I think
I'm
Setra's gonna get
curious
updated
and
too.
excited as a Total War player to see how we will be able to tell the story of Nagash's rise to power and his domination over the world, while still retaining the sandbox and retaining that player agency and the player choice.
So, regardless of which character you're picking,
I do
you'll
wish
have
they
the
would tell
ability
us
to
a bit
get
more
involved
than just being
in these
like
storylines
telling
of,
us how
the rise of
grand
Nagash
it's
and
gonna
stuff.
be.
Even though you're playing such and such way on the other side of the planet, you can, if you want, you can get really involved with these storylines.
Well, yeah, if you're not playing as Nagash, it's very likely that you will have to survive the rise of power of Nagash. Whereas if you play as Nagash, you will be the one that rises.
Okay,
to
this
power
is what
step
I
by
really
step
wanted to hear, because
while you
I'm
are
like,
doing
I
your
did not want Nagash
conquest
to
and
start
your
out
spread of
really
corruption
strong.
and the extinguishing of life around you.
Excellent. So, For a lot of us players, this is incredibly exciting, and there's a lot of changes and just wild things happening, and everything's quite literally on fire. And although we've touched a little bit on it, just to be kind of clear when it comes to the end times as an experience, this is still focusing on that sandbox experience of Total War Warhammer. It's not purely a narrative, but it has narrative aspects, but it's still sticking to the core fundamentals.
I think you're going to be able to, like,
Total
just
War
like
is
the
a
other scenarios, you can just turn it
storytelling
off.
machine, and we
So you can
want
still
players
have
to
your
go into
sandbox, like,
their
without
own
it.
stories through the sandbox nature that we offer. So with the end times now featuring in Immortal Empires, it's going to be exactly that. You can go ahead and, as we talked about earlier, play as Archaon and destroy this world, end it completely. But on the flip side, we want to let you have those different stories.
I
also
really
things
hope
that maybe didn't happen.
you're
but
able to,
you'd
like,
to
have
think
like
how it
scenarios
might
with
have
like
played
the
out
order tied to like
Nagash
stop it.
taking over the world and bringing death.
We're gonna
with it,
change the
or
end times,
whatever
guys.
else
It
you
never
can think of
happened.
for that matter.
I know many people who are going to be hopping right into Carl Franz Saves the Day.
Yeah, Carl Franz saves the day. That's what we
We're
want to
exploring
see.
different apocalyptic scenarios that could have ended the world in the canon, but didn't, because we all know Chaos won.
But
we're
we don't
looking for
want
other
Chaos
what
to
if
win.
possibilities that could have happened.
Well, that is all extremely exciting
Okay,
stuff.
good.
in
At least
my
they're
very,
gonna
very
try to
biased
do a
but
what if.
professional opinion.
Hopefully.
But beyond the end times, is there anything else we all can be looking forward to for Total War Warhammer?
Please tease Dogs
So,
of War.
one very important thing that we're all quite excited about to announce is that with the release of the Lord of
End Times
the
pack.
End Times pack, you no longer need to own Warhammer 1 or Warhammer 2 or Warhammer 3 to experience the Immortal
We already know
Empires.
this.
You can purchase just one of the packs and you will gain access
Is this
to
why
the
they
Immortal
did it? They're
Empires
like,
where
hey,
you
look, you
play
can
with
just
what
buy
you
Nagash.
purchased
You don't have to
against
buy the new game.
everything else that's in the companion. So you can purchase just Nagash from the shirt, and you can play as
I thought they were going
Nagash
to talk
from the
about
shirt
other free stuff that we
in the
didn't
Immortal
know.
Empires and extinguish the life in this doomed world.
So Nagash Stan can just come in, buy just this, get whole Immortal Empires, and just go crazy, and then be like, job done.
I
Exactly.
get it.
This
They're
is,
trying to sell the
an
DLC.
exciting
It
moment
will
for us
sell
all
well.
because we're lowering
Even if
the
they
entry
mess up,
point
which I
barrier
don't think
for
they
all of the
would, it
players.
would still sell
So
well. It's
we're
Nagash.
hoping to introduce new
Hopefully
players
he
that
is not the
want to
actual end of
experience
the game.
all this
Hopefully. I think we're getting a
magnificent
little bit
spectacle
more
that
after
the Immortal
this.
Empires and Warhammer 3 Total War is.
Well, that is just amazing. I am so excited to see all of this.
We're getting
come to fruition,
Neferata.
all
I
your
think she's the
incredible hard
FLC.
work. Thank you
Or
so much
the
to
other
Rich,
guy we
Victor,
saw.
and
I don't know
Todor
his name.
for joining me here to
Oh,
discuss
that's
the
the
end
end?
times and
Dude, they
what
gave
all
us
it's
like,
bringing to us
they
in the future,
they
which
talked
is
it up a
just-
lot, but they didn't get too much,
wait.
in-depth details.
Thank you everyone so much. at
I
home
will
for
definitely make
joining
a video
us.
about this
We
later
hope
today
that
before
you
the
had a
other
good time,
stream.
and we will
Kind of
see you
condense all
around.
this into like 5-10 minute video. Probably shorter than that. Okay, guys. Like I said, we're gonna move on to
Total War has
historical
a
now.
long and storied history.
I
Alongside the
told
game
you
announcement we're
guys,
sharing with you today, we'd
I
like to
can
reveal more
predict
about the latest
anything.
evolution of
Let's
the game engine that will
go.
be powering
Medieval
our
3
future
right now.
generations.
Right
To give you more
now.
of an insight into what's going on, I'm joined by Ellie and Roberto
We're
from our
betting
core technology team.
the whole
Guys,
farm
just a
on
little quick
this.
introduction. Maybe Ellie, just tell us who you are and what you do.
Oh god, I might be
Hi,
wrong. Look at the
I'm
games at the
Ellie
bottom.
Colander, and I'm the technical art director on Total War.
Perfect, thank you. And Roberto?
I'm Roberto Girali, and I'm the core technology director for Total War.
Perfect. Thank you guys, and thank you for joining me for this chat today.
Thank you.
So for those who maybe don't know, like me, what is
Oh, they're
an
talking
engine? What does
about
the
what is an
do for
engine.
Total War?
They have
So
a new
it's,
one.
The tools, it's the toolbox really of the game developers. It's the graphics renderer. It's core gameplay kind of components that the teams build upon to make our game experience.
I
unique.
wonder what. Actually, this could
It's
literally
the
be a house in
animation
any time
system.
period.
There's a lot of core features that all of Total War games actually benefit from, and we build upon those in our unique products.
Why is Total War's
Okay, I
engine
thought we
so
were gonna.
important?
He said history,
Well,
and my
the
whole
engine
mind
is the
went, okay, we're
foundation for
talking about
all
the
our
historical
titles,
game now,
and
like
when
I
we saw the
predicted, and then we're gonna talk
incredible
about
lineup ahead of
fantasy.
us,
I think I got hyped a
well,
little too
we
early.
decided that we needed to level up our
I don't have my
technology to
coffee.
support this
I see one word and I go,
fantastic
huh?
visions. So it's quite an exciting challenge. We're a small team. We use proprietary tech.
We get
but,
it. Engines are
we're
cool.
really excited to bring
I
something
knew
new,
they'd fluff it
to
out.
Total War. And so today we're happy to reveal the new iteration, the new evolution of the game engine, Warcore. And we'd be happy to talk about it today.
Yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the current version of our engine. We started evolving that from 2009, and all the products you've seen since then. We've been iterating on that engine, but we realized that with the lineup of games we had and the features we wanted to deliver, we really had to redesign some of those.
We got a new engine at least. That's pretty cool.
Taking what Total War is at its core.
I like how they called it
taking
War
to
Core.
that next level, like you said, leveling up, right? What does this mean for Total War players? What can they expect to see and experience in future
This
Total War
again,
games?
we need a new engine if we're gonna do 40K.
The type
Just
of
saying.
visuals you can see in the game.
Just gonna put that card on the table.
Competitive with what everyone else is seeing in other games at the moment. Total War games are rendering so much on screen at the same time. You've got VFX, characters, massive battlefields, so many characters. We really had to rethink, how the techniques we use to render some of that stuff, because we wanted to upgrade the fidelity everywhere. Some of those things include new lighting techniques, dynamic shadowing.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Improved our screen space
Like
and
shadows
occlusion,
throughout the
which
battle.
means you're going to see
The sun
much
actually
more
moves.
fidelity in the self-shadowing of models on the terrain. Gives it much more realistic feel.
I should have been reading what the pieces on the
meshes
side
and the
said.
textures now, because of improved rendering techniques, we're able to put more fidelity in those things and not
This
compromise
looks
on that
good.
performance of gameplay. We also
Like, cool.
have looked at new rendering techniques
But
for
it's,
VFX.
I don't know,
so
like I'm
with
hyped, but now I'm like
projectiles,
not sure.
It will be high fidelity because we've now got a new ribbon technology, which means we're not going to have so many overlapping particles. This means it's more performant and means we can get crisper kind of projectile
So like
visuals.
building destruction and whatnot.
Yeah, our players may be familiar with
I would love to
Warscaper,
say that like
which is
teases
our-
the next
our
historical,
render,
but
and,
I couldn't
We've
say.
created a new version in Warcore powered by DirectX 12.
So it's all going to contribute towards the overall immersion of what our battles are like, I guess, as well. And does this apply to campaign as well? So these kind of like new lighting abilities and things like that we'll have in the game, will people see that across both campaign and battle?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, yes, they will. It'll be across the render is kind of like a layer on top of the entire game engine, so you will see improvements in all areas.
Awesome.
So cool. This I think the reason why they're talking about this now, because I thought, okay, we're moving on historical right away,
It means that
but
the
they're going to talk about this
buildings
to
are more
kind of
dynamically
explain next
destructible.
game.
You
I still think they're
can
talking
then
historical
use that
next,
part
and
of
they're
your
saving the
strategic
big fancy
gameplay
title
to
for the
sort
end.
of, pathfind to new
Please
areas of
don't
the
be
map.
Age of
It's-
Sigmar.
Yeah.
I
And the
beg.
Battle AI will
I
also
beg of
respond to
thee.
this, so we've rehauled the Battle AI to be also able to utilize all these new advancements.
Hey,
and be
the
more
AI
strategic
might
as
be
well.
not so
you
dumb
can
anymore.
use these, like,
Because that would
destructible
explain
environments to
why
your
they have such a hard
advantage,
time trying to get it fixed.
but
in
also your
Warhammer.
enemies are going to be doing the same.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, the battle AI now, it takes more it takes more of an advantage of reinforcements and more dynamic abilities as well. So it's really leveled up.
Awesome. And what about campaign? Are we going to see a lot of advancements in that area as well?
Yeah, we've put a lot of work into campaign. We've rewritten it to be modular so that each different game can really use these building blocks to create custom, amazing experiences. And with this,
This all
campaign AI
sounds
goes
good,
hand in
but
hand.
a lot
So
of
also,
companies like to
evolve
hype up
and
their
use what we call
engines.
a
Like,
forward
yeah,
model,
it's
so
like
we
getting
can
a newer
simulate
car.
future
It's gonna be
states
better.
of the
It's all
game
new
to
and
make,
whatnot.
better
But
strategic decisions.
you never know till you can compare it to
What
the
does this
old
mean
one.
for animations then?
So we've actually rewritten a lot of our animation
Look
system.
at Halo.
It's now a graph.
They made remember the whole slip space, and then they just went right back. No, not back to, but they went to Unreal
Some of the things
5.
the players may see is more complex movement like strafing, and more complex vehicle movement. Something that we've been challenged with our previous version, but we wanted to do more.
Hey! Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah,
the
team
vehicle
is really doing a great job, I
gameplay.
think, with our new animation system. And there's something else.
I wonder what that
yes,
could
of course,
mean.
With Total War, quite a key part of it is blood and gore.
Oh,
we wanted to make
blood
this
and
more
gore, you
visceral,
say?
more
We want to make it more
realistic.
visceral and realistic.
What we've done is
I wonder what they
rewritten
could have
some
been
of
doing
parts
all
of
this
the
for.
dismemberment system, so you'll see more dismemberment.
If they talk about
literally
cover
hopping off,
system,
interacting with
it's all
terrain
about
and sitting on
confirmed.
the train, and yeah, very gory. And
Oh, by the way, I should probably bring this up. There is no longer going to be blood DLC in future Total War
That's a
games.
relief. We've talked a lot about all these pretty awesome advancements that are going to be coming to Total War in the future. But Total War, of course, has a 25-year legacy on PC. Does this new engine allow us to look further afield in regards to the hardware we develop for?
Oh yeah, we've been
So
wanting.
that
for
also
Big
makes me
to-
think
to
like I don't know. I
expand
feel like there's
our
just so many
horizons
hints.
and, to
But again,
bring,
it could literally
our
be anything.
franchise to players regardless of the hardware they use. So we're quite happy that the new engine also allows us to take our future titles on PlayStation and Xbox.
PlayStation,
as well as
Xbox, as well as PC. No
Fantastic.
way.
So we
Let's
can finally
go. I
allow
have
console
been
players to
begging
experience
for them
Total
to
War.
put this stuff on
But
console.
we're still going to be, of course,
That
maintaining
would
same
do
focus
that
on the
because
deep
I
strategy
like
ethos that we
Stellaris, by the
encompass,
way,
right?
and I don't play it on my PC. I don't like using a keyboard with it. I'd rather just use my controller. It's so much simpler, and the UI is better.
Putting our games on console, we absolutely want to. We love the Total
This is
War
actually
formula
kind of
and
pretty
the
big.
complexity, the depth, and this is something that
They
we
finally
want to
realized
keep,
there's a whole
regardless of the hardware,
market
so
of
PC
console players that would love
I
more
don't think they'll
strategy
see
games.
any
It's not
major
enough.
changes to the product they love.
That's
because we
awesome.
love
That's
it as well.
that's probably my
So
favorite
yeah,
announcement
going on
besides any of the
console
new
is
stuff.
really, a way to expand also
Well,
to
like
our,
new
to
content,
other
I mean.
players.
Great. What are we aiming to achieve with Warcore then? What's the goal of this new engine?
I'm
we
on
wanted
board
to
so
give,
far.
Total War
You guys
the
want to put this
strongest
stuff on
foundation
console?
it
New
has
engine all the
ever
way.
had. But really here, we wanted to look at the future. So the engine now is at its infancy, so it will evolve and get better and better over time. But even now, yeah, we feel it's the most powerful foundation we've ever had. And we are thinking long term, so players will see.
This is definitely,
over time,
I don't know.
more and
If you've
more,
heard like any
improvements
developer
coming to
talk
it.
about their game engine,
Yeah,
this is
Roberta
just
says
what
it's
you'd
in its
expect them
infancy now,
to
but
hear.
you will see
Like yeah,
improvements in
they get
terms
better
of
at it
the
over time.
rendering, in terms
And
of
you
things
can
like
go back and look at
destruction
older
and
games
all
from the
those
2000s.
interesting new
Okay,
features.
yeah,
But we want to build upon
we're
those and the
definitely
releases
gonna
we've got to
get
come. We've got,
Medieval 3.
plans to,
No way.
to keep
They just showed that
iterating
off as I
on
was
those
talking. I'm
features.
like, oh,
Yeah, I think players will
I think those are
already see
medieval
something
units.
Great, but you're really
I wonder why
excited
they're
about
showing that.
what they can see even 2, 3, 10 years from
It could be a
now.
red herring.
That's what
Again,
we're
I
trying to
keep
be,
going
yeah.
back and forth.
And it's also something we've built for our staff, so to give them
This
more
live
powerful
stream
tools,
might be 2 hours
to
long.
be able to create even
I
better
was thinking
games,
it was only going to be like
so
an
yeah,
hour
streamline
because
our
they don't
internal
really do big
pipelines, make
events.
them more efficient.
But
Yeah, we really
from
wanted
how
to
much they're
improve the
fluffing this
developer
up,
experience.
this might be a
So
longer
we
stream
worked
than
on
I
like
thought.
unified tools and unified experience and workflows and
But that
improving,
that I'd say is a
experience
good
all
thing
round.
because that means that
Good
like
for the
whatever
players
games
and
they
good for
show,
the
they
developers as
will
well.
talk about. Because I
It's a
didn't expect
win-win.
them to talk about Nagash.
Amazing.
I thought we were going to get a
both for
trailer and be
joining
like,
me for
"Yep,
this chat
see you guys
today.
in like 6 months."
Up next, we are going to be taking a look at what's to come for our historical players.
They did only show Nagash, so that I gotta talk about. Hey, we're moving on now. As I was ranting, because I was a little bit tired of hearing them talk about the new engine. It is big, big.
Hi, I'm Pavel.
Oh,
It's incredible to be standing in front of you today,
here we
not
go.
just as a developer, but as a lifelong fan. I've been playing Total War for 25 years.
Historical
First
game,
discovering
guys.
the franchise
Medieval
through
3
Shogun
right now.
Before becoming completely captivated
Oh.
by Medieval. That passion led me to join Creative Assembly in 2005, where I've been fortunate to contribute to most of our historical
Come
Total
on,
War releases.
say it, you
from
cowards. What is
Medieval
it?
2 all the way up to Free Kingdoms. And today, I'm absolutely thrilled
Come on.
to be here as the game
Play
director
the trailer.
of our next major
Our
historical
next
title.
historical
The
title
franchise was
is
created not only because of our
Come
love
on.
of strategy games, but
Say
from
it.
a deep love of history.
Medieval
From
3.
the very beginning, our goal has been to bring the past to life in immersive, authentic worlds, giving players a chance to relive and reshape
Come
it in
on.
a way only Total War can. We know that same passion for history lives
We
in our
come
community.
on.
You've
They're
been
they're,
asking
they're
for a
literally
return
know
to the
everyone's
roots of what
waiting
made
for him to
historical
say
Total
it.
War so special, and that's exactly what we're setting out to do. So today, we're proud to reveal the next
Yep.
chapter in
Yep,
Total
come
War's
on.
historical
It's
legacy.
the next chapter.
It's a game we've dreamt of making for a very long time.
Dude, I'm
This is more than
sweating.
just a new game. It's the rebirth of historical Total War.
I am, dude.
We rule by divine
Oh.
right. And yet our realm
Oh
is
shit.
far from holy.
The armies we command paint
These
red the
actors?
map.
Oh, I'll turn off captions. I'll turn off captions.
Why fight when hearts and minds are easily swayed?
Yep. Yep. Let's go.
The realm is ours.
I'm so hyped.
Only when our enemies
Yep.
lie dead.
Yep.
Patience and
Slam
time to get
dunk.
our gain.
We are stability.
Dignity.
And authority.
We bear the weight of
Come
pain
on.
And of defeat.
Greatness shall ever define us.
And we shall never
Be forgotten.
Watch this not be Medieval 3. It's like a new game entirely.
How will you
Thrones of
shape
Britannia.
your
Like, I
realm?
don't know.
How will you
Make history.
make history? Make history.
Just give us the title so I can confirm it's Medieval 3. Let's go! That's what I thought. I was so worried for a second. I'm like, they haven't shown us anything but people talking in a chair.
Yes,
Oh my
Medieval
god,
3 is
let's
real.
go.
So many of you have long desired a sequel to the special
I'm turning on
series,
captions
and
again.
today we're
Trailer's
thrilled to
over,
confirm
folks.
That it's in early pre-production. The Medieval series holds
Let's
a special place in the hearts of
go.
many, and this game will be both a tribute to its predecessors and a bold step forward. We're drawing direct inspiration from what made those past games unforgettable, and for it to herald the rebirth of historical
That's
Total
crazy.
War.
I was so
Our vision for
worried.
the
I'm
game
like,
is ambitious,
please,
but clear.
please be Medieval 3.
We want Medieval
It's
3 to be
such
the
a
definitive
slam
Total War
dunk.
experience set in the medieval
It's gotta be
era.
Warhammer 40k.
A game where you don't just relive history,
I'm gonna take
you rewrite
Nagash.
it.
I did bring it in my
gameplay
theory
terms,
video. It
that
wasn't my
means
number one, but it was my
choosing
number
your
two.
realm,
So we're taking that.
forging your
That's
legacy,
two out of
and
3 right
altering
now.
the course of
We're gonna be
history with
3
a
out of
level
3
of
today,
player
chat. I'm gonna be
agency
so
we
right.
have never achieved before in a Total War title. Now,
I should have
we are in
gambled today.
early pre-production with Med3.
Bet it all
We're
on
announcing
black.
early to take you on a development journey with us, where we can
Show us
via
footage.
blogs and other updates. We've never announced something this early before, and we are excited to engage with you throughout this journey. We have
Come
started
on, you
to
talked
build
about
the
Nagash for
foundation
like 20
Medieval 3,
minutes.
and over time, we will be able to share more about the
Actually,
game
it might be
as it
no
comes
longer
to
than
life.
that.
There's a lot
They
more to
started
come,
with
and we
Nagash.
can't wait to share it with you. So let's dive in and meet some of the team.
Hi, I'm Cody Bonds, and I'm excited to be
I just
here today
realized
with the
he
team
said
making
this
Total
early.
War Medieval
Am
3.
I
I've been
wrong?
covering Total
Are we
War
gonna
on
get a
YouTube for a
fantasy
number of
title
years now,
before
and
the
I've been doing archaeology
historical?
for media, and
That
I
would be
can't wait
actually
to meet you
insane.
guys. So can you introduce yourselves?
I might be wrong. I might be
Cody.
wrong. I
My
would
name is
have got that
I'm
wrong.
the creative director on Total War Medieval 3.
And I'm
Okay,
Luke. I'm
sick,
the senior game
sick.
designer on Total War Medieval 3.
People have been asking for Medieval
I know
3
people
since
are probably losing their
probably the day
minds
after
in
Medieval
the,
2
in the
released.
normal chat right now.
What does it feel like to finally announce this game that people have been
Dude, I
looking
can't wait to
forward
just
for so long?
Dude, I already know
Yeah, I mean,
people are going to be
it's
freaking
super
out.
exciting. Also a bit
People were
intimidating.
so worried. I was
but
worried
really
it wasn't going to be
exciting.
Medieval 3.
And you know, in fact, this is really the game that a lot of us.
I have never
came
played the
to-
old
to join
games,
CA to
so
really be
forgive me
part
if I
of.
don't
Was
understand
dreaming
if they
about
bring up
making this
any
game
mechanics or
one day.
whatnot.
I remember when I joined in 2016 first, I was crossing my fingers and hoping that this would be, please let it
Yeah,
be
you see,
Medieval
yeah, please let it be
So,
Medieval 3.
This is it, right? This is our magnum opus. Over the years, of course, we toyed
said
with the idea
so
of
early
making this
before.
game,
It was so
but
like,
really
wait,
feels like
like
now is the
now
right
I'm
time
just like
for it.
hatching some theories.
Medieval 3 is, of course, the sequel to Medieval 2, but it also follows on, you know, a long history now of Total War games, 20 years since, where
Yeah,
we learned a lot
20
about
years.
making Total War games, and we're really excited to carry this into Medieval 3. So
Imagine
expectations are
buying
high.
the game 20 years
Expectations
ago
are
and being
really
like,
high
man,
for
this
us
is
as
cool. I
developers,
can't wait
us
for a
as
third
fans of
one.
the series as well, right?
This never
And
comes
the
out till you're like
expectations
an
are high
old
in the
man.
community out there. And that was actually one of the main inspirations of announcing this earlier than we've ever done, to bring the community on this journey with us, to speak to our fans what this game is all about.
We're all really hyped about making
Yeah,
the
it's-
game.
they're
As Slade
they're
said,
all
we're
gonna talk
fans,
kind of,
we've
you
been
know,
playing for years.
talk it up,
I
but
have a
not
background
show
in
us too
medieval
much.
history, so for me it's a dream come
I was
true.
kind of hoping
And I think that's
they
true
would
for
show
most
us
of the people
something,
on the
but they
project for
said
all
that
different
they've never
reasons.
showed a game this
There's loads of
early.
excitement in the
So I'm like,
studio.
oof, that
If you're drawing
means
on all
there's
this
not going to
excitement,
be any
what is the
footage. That's why
vision
we saw
for the
people
game
sitting on a
itself?
throne talking.
We want Medieval 3 to be all about rewriting history. And Total War has always been about
They did not
painting
say
the map with your
exactly
color, of course,
what
and
time
Medieval
period,
3
though.
will have that as a key element still, but it's no longer the single
But I'm pretty
most,
sure medieval.
important
Couldn't you
element
do
of your
like,
game.
you know,
Much more
like
ways of how we want players
1400s
to
and like
be able to reach
1600s?
through the
I'm
window
not-
to the world.
I could be
and
wrong. I
influence
don't
the world
exactly
around them,
know
and
what
add more
years they
ways of how
do.
the world speaks back to the player and acknowledges
I know there's
the actions
gunpowder.
that the player has taken. What kingdom of England will you create in your campaign? Playing as the Holy Roman Empire, will you be able to unite the empire, or will you
Oh.
perhaps accelerate the fragmentation
Roman Empire's
and form
around,
an
eh?
early kingdom of Germany? And it's not just about your own realm, it's also about what happens to
So
all
this is
the
kinda
realms
early,
in the
maybe?
world. In your game, if the Byzantine Empire
Oh,
falls,
okay. So this one, the Byzantine
what will
Empire
the consequence
falls.
be? And what about
That's
the world
kinda cool,
itself and
like
the
big
people that
historical
live in
events
it?
happen.
What about the dynamics dynamics of urbanization? What about the medieval estates? How will the world
I'm just
develop?
happy that all the
we want
historical
Medieval
fans
3
will
to
be
that
happy.
ultimate canvas to tell your own
They,
story
they
and to
can finally,
rewrite
they'll
history.
finally know they're gonna get
So
their
we
big
were
old
talking about the
game.
medieval era, but that can be quite
kind of odd
wide
that it's
or
not coming
scenario,
out
depending
sooner.
on who you ask. So when you
which
say
is
medieval,
like,
what do you mean
okay.
in this game? What's the setting?
I don't know, man. I can't get
I'll say
over
we
that they
haven't
said
fixed
that
the
because I'm
start
like,
date
okay,
yet,
that means the
but we know
fantasy
that,
game
like
is coming
Medieval
out
2, we want to set
sooner
the
than
game in the
this.
sort of,
Which
high
you'd
to
think is a
late
little
medieval
weird,
period,
right? You would
12th
think
to
the
15th
game that
century,
is just
maybe a
medieval would
little
be a
bit
bit
inside.
easier than whatever
And
fantasy
I've
they're
always
gonna
felt
make.
like the high and a little bit of the late period is really the most recognizably true medieval period.
Okay, this is
it
what I was
has all the
curious,
stuff
yeah.
that you might expect to find, like knights and castles. It
Yeah,
has
knights and
crusades,
castles.
Plague, of course. There's the big names like Barbarossa, Saladin, Eleanor of Aquitaine, and of course Richard the Lionheart. In the east, you have these rising powers, the Ayyubids, the Mamluks, the Mongols, and
Oh,
later
yeah,
the
the
Ottomans.
Mongols, Ottomans.
And then in the west,
Okay, I
there
see,
are
I
these
see.
sort of
I see what they're
slow
doing
and
now.
steady kingdoms forming and gaining power, like France and Castile. And then in Central Europe, the Holy Roman Empire is mired by
So that's
civil
kind of cool.
war,
That actually
and the
kind
Italian
of gives us a
free
big
city
hint
states
where
are
everything's gonna be taking
forming
place.
these sort of bullish trade empires and
I
stalking
thought it was cool we heard the
Mediterranean
Ottoman Empire
and
because
then
that means
there's the
we
sort of
extend all
somehow
the map will
still
like extend out
heartbreaking
there.
fall of the Byzantines,
Not
the
just
East
like
Romans,
Europe
first at the
itself.
hand of the Christians in the Fourth Crusade, and then
Oh,
later
okay, yeah, the Fourth
defeat by the
Crusade.
Ottomans. So it's a really rich and vibrant period, and I think it's a great setting for us. I like to see it sort of as a chaotic world where people are trying to establish some sort of order onto it. So rulers are trying things out. They might be new things or old things. That could be an economic system or a military strategy or a political gambit. And they don't really know if it's going to work, but they try it anyway. And I find that really compelling. You see things like brotherhood and oaths of fealty, even chivalry, creating these sort of bonds that hold society together. So it's also a world of promise. And those promises are set in the context of people's personal ambitions. The result is often just carnage, and what better setting for a total war game?
It sounds like you're talking about the realm almost like as it's a person itself, not focusing on individuals, but as managing the whole kingdom.
Yeah, I think for us it was really important to
Very interesting.
lean into the
I do
fact
think
of
it sucks that they're
long
very
time
vague
period
about
and the
everything.
progression and the
but
amount of change that
I guess this is an early development
one thing
game, eh?
we
So we're not going to
discussed
see this
was
for a
how,
minute.
In that time period, in the medieval time, there wasn't really the notion of nationhood or nations or states. But really, at the end of the medieval era, we are entering that
Yeah, so this is
realm
at
of
like
possibilities
the
where you
end
have
the end
something
of
like nations forming.
the
it's really
medieval
about
period, kind of.
These medieval realms finding themselves and defining themselves in that era. And it seemed like a great backdrop to give players that authorship, not just in a single lifetime of a ruler, but really in a line of succession that leads through the entire era.
And there are these great dynasties to draw inspiration from, whether it's the Plantagenets or the Capetians. And I think one of the really nice things about this project is going back to total wars that run across decades and centuries rather than a smaller or shorter period of time. It gives us a lot of space to talk about these grand, sort of slow-moving historical processes, as well as the really sort of spiky moments, the drama and the excitement of the events that happen.
One thing we sometimes talk about is how we want the game ultimately to
Yeah,
feel
so
very
it's
different
like
from
similar to
early
the
parts
events
your game
of like
versus
the older games. You know, like the Age
we
of
want to create an
Gunpowder, or like
experience
the
where
discovery of gunpowder. I
150
mean,
years in, you look back at the achievements and maybe failures and tragic moments and traumatic turn of events as part of your game, how the world has changed, partially under your feather, but also partially just through the events of the sandbox, which is really compelling for a Total War game.
You gentlemen have both obviously done a tremendous amount of research for this game and can draw upon that at will. But how will that history help inform the gameplay experience?
I'll go bold here and say I don't think there is gameplay without history. Whether you're making a fantasy game or a sci-fi game or historical, chances are that
oh, guys, it has to be 40K.
So that might
They've
be a
been
cool
slipping hints
weapon
the entire
or,
time.
unit
He
or
literally
a
said
whole feature
sci-fi. No way.
Probably
Tell
is
me I'm
inspired from
wrong.
history. And I think that's what makes those gameplay features feel really fun to play.
Guys,
and satisfying. They
we're
feel
gonna get.
believable,
I'm
grounded,
gonna
they're
do
real,
even a
if
bigger
they're a little bit
prediction.
fantastical.
We're gonna get
I think
Warhammer
one of the cool
40K
things about
next
working on a
Christmas.
medieval game is that
That's what
we
they're
have
gonna be.
access to all these great
Because this is
sources,
early
these
development.
manuscripts, these
This ain't
treatises
coming
and
out for a
agreements,
while. We only have we got
artifacts,
more footage of
or the
Nagash
work
and like
of other
all his
historians
stuff
that
and
we
like
can
what he
really
looks
draw
like.
on. And
And we've only seen
directly
like
goes into the content of the
yeah
game,
this.
so that might be
Now
the
we're
weapons,
seeing
the
some
armor,
concept
the
art.
buildings, and
So
we all
they
love
were
it
just
when a
showing
TV show or
this
a game
basically just like
gets
backdrops.
the details just right, I think we also kind of love
They
it
got a new
little bit, we get
engine.
it wrong
They
too.
talked about vehicles
But I think we
earlier.
can say that
They said they want to make the games
wanna
more
make the
gory.
most authentic Total War we've
Unless
ever
it's
made.
unless it's
And that
like
means
something
going beyond
out of the
content.
water.
It's
There's no
also
way.
about looking at historical relationships.
You already know so many
When
people
you
are gonna
play
get. So
our
many people will
game,
be happy
we
and
want you to
mad.
feel like you're in medieval
40K
shoes,
would
that
probably
the
be the most
problems
divisive.
that you're facing are the problems medieval people faced, and that the tools you have to solve those problems are the same tools that they had as well.
But Medieval
So
3 is
when you
very
look at
cool.
the core systems
I
of the
just
game, like
wish
the
that
economy
it was
or
coming out
the
sooner than the
characters,
fantasy title.
buildings, and we think,
I
okay,
still
why did-
am not going
why
to
did
stop
these
talking
work in
about
the way
that because
they
that's
did
crazy
in
to
the
me.
medieval period? Taking recruitment
But I
as
was
an
right,
example,
you know,
raise an army
Nagash,
in
then
our
they're going to show off
game.
Medieval,
We want
then
it
we're
to
going to get
feel truly
the
medieval.
fantasy title shown
And
last
where
because
did
it's going to be the
medieval
big
armies come
reveal.
from? Well,
And I only said they were
aren't
going to do the
really
fantasy title
standing
last
armies,
if it was more important
like
than
in the modern
Medieval
day
3.
at least.
And the fact they haven't shown
Probably
it yet
more
makes me, yeah,
from
like it's...
oaths of fealty,
If
from-
it's
from
bigger than Medieval
vassals to their
3,
lords.
40k is
We
the
want you to
only
feel like
thing
you're
that is
raising
bigger.
your banners, like you're
And you know what?
mustering your
Cool.
forces
I'm
to
actually,
summon your
again, not a big
prince
lore or
electors.
tabletop guy.
And of course,
I know
it's
more
not a
about the
PhD
fantasy
thesis, it's
Warhammer
a
than
game, and
40k,
the
but
fun
I would
definitely
be
comes
very
first.
excited.
But if we can inspire people to look into history because of our game and maybe learn a thing or two, I think that would be great. And like I got into history because of Total War, so it would be great to replay Favor.
Yeah, I think we ultimately set out to make the ultimate medieval strategy sandbox.
Hey, they said
right? And
sandbox, that's
for that,
big.
The
It's probably gonna have
simulation
a
of the medieval
big old
world is
open
really
map.
important. And like we were
Maybe
saying,
2 campaigns,
the
but...
representation of the forces and dynamics.
Actually,
that's
no, I
really
think it will
key.
get 2 campaigns.
It's absolutely
Maybe...
important to get, you know,
maybe
the
like
armor
a
right and the
very
details on the
historical type,
helmets,
and kind
but
of like
really
a type
capturing
for all the
forces and
old,
dynamics
well, all
that
the
moved the world at the
slash
time,
new
and making
Warhammer
sure the
players
player
who are not
feels
used to
them and
playing
interacts
historical games.
with
Hey,
them.
we're actually seeing a
That's
bit of
really,
the game a
our
little
key
bit
goal.
now, though.
There's so much you guys are juggling to get right in here.
So
There's
I
so
want-
many
I
cool
wish they'd
elements
show us
that
a bit
clearly you're
more,
building
but
on things from the past.
They
and
said
looking at them in
this is
completely
the
new ways.
earliest game they've
What's
ever
the
shown
one
off,
key element
which
you're really
is
looking
crazy
at
to
to
me.
focus on here for your team?
Telling me Medieval 3
I think that's a really
is
interesting
not
one to pin
close.
down because there's so much excitement and passion in the studio and team for Medieval 3. There's a great anecdote where we were sharing some concept art with the wider Total War team.
You see, yeah,
and
we're
the
going to
concept
be
art
sharing you
presenting some
concept
ideas
art.
around,
That's
the
why
upgrades of
Nagash,
armor,
you know, I'm
how,
going to put all this in my video before I do
better
my next
technique
live
and
stream,
more
but
expertise in armor
you can
creation
definitely
could
tell
be
there's been a
represented
lot of stuff
visually.
going on behind
And
the
I got this
scenes,
huge
and it would
message
explain why
from
Tides of
someone
Torment
actually
was
working on
delayed,
the game,
and why there's even
explaining to me the
pre-footage they
details of
even
the
have. Because
and,
as you
how
know,
it was
they're
done
usually
and
pretty late
what the
with showing us
benefits of
stuff
it
in
were.
game, but
So a lot of
they did
passion
not give
in
us
the
release
wider
dates,
Total War
so
team,
it could
that
still
we
be
worked
like 6
for.
months.
But
I do
if
not,
it was
I'll clarify, I
down
do
to
not
one
think the
thing,
end
I think
times
it
is the
would
last
be to
DLC,
create that
and they did
sandbox,
say there's going to be
really
stuff
bring
after
the
it.
medieval world to life.
And
Give you the
Neferata
option
was
to
shown, so she'll be
interact with
probably the
this world, feel
FLC,
the forces
maybe.
that were at play at the time, and really feel like this is
There was
truly
another
a
lord
medieval game
that I have to
where
look.
you
I have to
get
look up
rewrite
on Google or
history the way you
ask somebody in my chat who he
And
was.
that's Total War Medieval 3. Thank you to the development team for coming out today and revealing this truly astounding game that I think we're all excited to see be developed.
Okay, there we
in
go.
the
So
future.
hopefully,
Obviously, it's
the
early
Medieval 3
days, but we can
awesome.
look forward to
Hopefully they
news
keep
updates
give
as
us
they come
track
out,
of it.
and hopefully
I
it's
kind of
everything
wish
you can
they
truly
would, I
rewrite
don't know,
history.
be a little more descriptive with all the factions and like the time period itself. But then again, they said early development. That's why I was kind of just talking about the fantasy title for a minute.
Getting to work in Total
Here
War
we
feels
are.
like nothing.
Please don't
Working on
talk about the
Total War
engine.
is definitely an experience.
This has to be it.
It's different every day.
It's never boring.
Challenging.
Working on Total War is an absolute dream come true.
It's
This one they might be the celebrating.
I like to
the
solve problems, and Total War
history of Total War for a
throws
second,
endless
like they did
amounts of
earlier.
design
Yeah, that's what I'm
problems
gonna
at
do.
you.
Working with people who are passionate.
And
about
then
what
it's
they
gonna be
do
like,
and the
guess
world
what
they're
we
building
made,
makes it a really
guys?
excellent place to be.
The
Coming
coolest
into
thing
work
you've
where I
ever
get to
seen.
but the Crusades 1 minute and the Fantasy Apocalypse the next is like nothing else.
Making Total War games feels like just bringing that fantasy, that imagination to life.
And the games are always
They
challenging.
keep saying
but the challenge
challenging.
is something that we
Is
love.
there a reason they're
It's
saying that?
It's a franchise that has taken us to many, many different
It's a
places.
franchise,
so
but-
nothing's ever the
okay.
same.
I think they're
Really
still talking
great
about
to be part of something that means so much to so many people.
I don't think there's anything quite like it.
The fact it's 2, sometimes 3 massive games rolled into one.
It combines strategy gaming and real-time
Total War
battles
games
like
are
Warhammer.
really
It's
complicated
this
when you compare them
unique
to other
mix
games.
that no real other game
So I understand it.
does it the same.
It's a tough
You
game to
really
make.
kind
I
of get that
understand.
view as if you're a god looking at this world.
They don't have
It's
a
all
million workers
interactable
at
and
their
you can
hand like Call of Duty
manipulate
does.
everything in the world.
Also, it gives you that real immersion, so then you can like
You know what? I want to say this real quick. I think it's cool. It looks like they all were able to just wear whatever they wanted to this. Yeah, you see he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I thought about that. I'm like, yeah, there's no uniform. Everyone's just kind of just wearing whatever they wanted. That's great. Props to CA for letting employees wear whatever they want for their big event.
What makes it special is the
I'd wear my pajamas. I'm like, we're chilling.
To bring players into so many different places, and not many other games can say that.
We have people who are interested in history, in strategy, and of course, fantasy.
It's the ultimate time machine, socioeconomic war simulator that transports you.
This is definitely a filler. They're like, we need to put something in between Medieval 3 and the new fantasy game. Can you talk about how cool Total War is?
It is crazy to think how that it's 25 years since the first Total War game.
That's pretty special. 25 years is a long time.
Come on, dude. I'm like shaking now because I'm like committed that it's a 40K now. I'm like, there's no way.
It feels unbelievable and amazing. I never thought I would be part of Total War.
It's lovely to have been here for so long and seen our games develop, seeing the
it is old.
We want to iterate and improve on aspects, but we
I believe Call of Duty's around the same age. Like there's a Halo, there's a bunch of franchises.
But also we need to move forward and
quarter of a century
and innovate.
So we have a responsibility.
Well, I guess I can drink water while we hear them talk about how cool Total War is.
But also carry it to the future and keep delivering new epic experiences that are going to stand the test of time.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to be part of something that has such a long and lasting legacy.
And it's stood the test of time. It's one of those great franchises.
Few games get to celebrate that milestone, and this game happens to be.
It is a great franchise.
And it also feels like it's
I got into Total War Hammer because I used to saw like YouTube videos. I thought it was so interesting.
As a team, bring it to the future.
Okay, here we go, guys. This is it. This is 40K right here.
And that almost
brings us to the end. What could they have saved?
What a celebration it's
there was 3 hints, and I caught each one of them.
We set out to build a strategy
leaving cheese like for a mouse.
What began as a single game has grown into a franchise full of unforgettable moments.
Come on.
Which have been shared by
tens of
millions of players around the world. Today,
3 for 3.
Legacy by announcing a return to one of the most beloved.
We're betting the whole house on this one.
With Medieval 3. And we're preparing for the Cataclysm with the Lords of the End Times DLC and the End Times update for Warhammer 3.
Come on.
Few games get to celebrate such a monumental milestone.
If it's Middle Earth, I won't be mad.
And excited to spend many more
I gotta say that out loud.
When we say your support means the world to us, we mean it. Whether you're playing our games, watching our newest trailers,
say it.
Bug feedback,
give us the trailer,
or commenting Med 3 when on every social post imaginable.
They're like, yeah, can you guys stop bringing up Medieval 3? But why are you guys making it so late? That means whatever this is, this game, by the way, is coming out sooner than Medieval 3. Because they themselves said Medieval 3... Okay, no, I'll shut up now. Return it. No, I got it.
Everyone, I am Attila.
Okay, maybe we'll keep it on, because I thought it was a trailer.
At Creative Assembly. Whilst we are not ready to unveil the project in all of its glory, it represents one of the most ambitious games.
One of the most ambitious games. What I tell you, everyone said they couldn't do it. They said they couldn't do it. They just said they're working on vehicles. And, they didn't say cover, but they said vehicles. The Game Awards on the 11th. What?
Next Total War title. After that moment,
what?
We look forward to sharing more with you. Once again, from all of us today,
what?
Thank you.
Wait, did I hear that right? Did they just tell us, oh yeah, we have a fantasy title, but we're gonna save it for the Game Awards? You're shitting me. No way. Did I hear that right? Is this a trailer or are we over? No way. They literally said we're gonna talk about the fantasy title and the anniversary showcase, and they what? And they end it like that? What? Where's the chat, dude? No way. What? God. I am speechless right now. You're telling me you're just like, yep, we saved it for last. By the way, we're not ready to show it. Tune into the Game Awards. Are you kidding me? Dude, that hurt my soul. That hurt my soul. It was too good. By the way, it has to be 40K. I'm telling y'all right now, there's no way they would literally... I'm just gonna rant. I'm ranting. It's my stream. I'm gonna rant. Here, we'll look at Nagash while I rant. That is insane. So you're telling me... Yeah, it has to be 40K. That's what I say. I want to rant for a second before I do a video. Say, we'll watch the Nagash trailer again. But that is insane, guys. Now I'm speechless. Now I'm all mind boggled. But okay, I remember now what I was gonna say. So it has to be 40K because why else would they not even do it at their own showcase? If they're showing it at the Game Awards, that's a big deal because they know people who don't know what Total War is will be hyped about it. So yeah, okay, this is going to be a whole video in itself, or maybe it'll be like a rant at the end of the video, but that was crazy, guys. So, you know what? Great stream. I think it was an amazing stream. The only thing I'm mad about is that at the end they go, well, that fantasy title, better wait next week, bucko. Like, what? Like, why? That is insane. I probably said insane like 20 times now. So, yeah, 40K is coming. We all know it. We got a new Warcore engine. Nagash is coming. It's an undead DLC. Wow. Guys, if you've been watching the whole stream, I've been just sitting here going, yep, it's going to be 40K. I can't wait to see the trailer at the end. And dude, they didn't even do like a goodbye. They just said, yeah, see you next week, and hung up the phone. Oh. So we got to look at some really cool units. Say, Tomb King's going to be getting, yeah, the Black Pyramid is actually moving. The map's going to be changing. Medieval 3, big deal. It's not coming out anytime soon, sadly. Yeah. I really don't want to say it's not coming out soon. It hurts to say it out loud, but they said they've never shown a game this early, and all we had was concept art and backgrounds for it, and like kind of, you know, telling us the rough time period of when it happens and starts and ends, but they were very vague. That was like the vaguest part of the stream. But that's a big deal. I'm very, very excited. I know a lot of historical fans have been wanting it. We might have to wait a little longer but we waited 2 decades. Well, not me, but whoever's a big historical fan, you waited 2 decades. I feel like they can wait a little bit longer. But yeah, really cool stream. The whole Nagash stuff, I'm gonna say right now as well, before I wrap this up, it's most likely gonna come out. Let's turn this down. It's most likely gonna come out much sooner than I think people would think, but then again, no, I'm gonna stick with that, because Tide to Torment, I feel like only got delayed because they were working on this at the same time, because a lot of this they have to get done before they can, like, they showed us some of the models, and you know, him, Nagash himself, and this big old boy, yeah, so there's a lot going on. So before we go, let's list it off. So we had Big Nagash DLC, Lords of the Undead. The map is going to be changing permanently. Big in-game scenarios are happening. Even the battle and music will change. It's not the end of Total War Warhammer, but it is going to slow down. But they will still be getting DLC and content. Probably not the scale of Nagash, but still more content. We didn't get a date for any of this. Nothing they talked about. We are getting a new engine. Again, my crackpot theory of 40K. Talk about vehicles as well. Gory, big. Then we got the weird trailer. I freaked out, think it was Thrones of Britannia, because everyone just sat down talking. But very early. Not next year, but I think 2027. Real possibility, maybe. But yeah, then they cucked us with the fantasy title. I guess I'm streaming the Game Awards now, because I wanted to show you guys my reaction to 40K. But yeah, that was an awesome stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll have a video. I'll do both. I was gonna do like a medieval their own, but they did not talk about or show enough for me to justify making a whole separate video. So I'll be one right before the stream. 6 o'clock EST, I'll be playing Sea Lord Aslan, 3-part stream, so sticking with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the future.